The newlyweds and the best friend looked cheerful and happy on the surface, but underneath it all, there were a lot of schemes. While the bride was still outside greeting guests, the groom went into a private room to meet with the best friend. The man was confident he could play both sides, but the best friend wanted to replace the bride. She gave the bride a surprise gift. It was a hotel room key card. The bride went to it, not expecting that the surprise would turn into horror. The man panicked at the bride's appearance, and the bride was shocked at the scene of the groom and her best friend. Everything seemed to be going as the scheming friend predicted, but stopping here wasn't enough. Wanting to escalate things, the best friend made sure to show off the bride's wedding ring. This successfully angered the bride. The bride, furious, hit the best friend, and while the two were arguing, the man instinctively grabbed the bride's arm. But the best friend seized the opportunity to move up. She hoped the man wouldn't do anything foolish, but the situation was clearly out of control. It was obvious the man didn't truly love his bride. He became her fiancée because she was the chairwoman of the National Lynn Corporation. No woman could imagine being double-crossed by her fiancé and best friend on her big wedding day. Recently, the chairwoman of the Lynn Corporation, Lin Yin, had an accident and fell from a building. It's rumored that Lin Yin and her fiancé, Cheng Jun, had an incident while taking selfies on the rooftop on their wedding day. Lin Yin may be in a permanent coma due to brain trauma. The Lin Corporation is now entirely managed by her fiancé. The former chairman Cheng Jun naturally became the chairman, and the cunning friend became the chairman's special assistant. The two openly live in Lin Yan's house and spend her money, but they still frequently visit her hospital room to taunt her. Her heart had become twisted in a perverse way. She invited her aunt to come, seemingly to take care of Lin Yin, but in reality, to torture her. Knowing that a water drip would make the body unbearable, her aunt intentionally increased the drip speed. They changed the torture methods daily, either hitting or scolding her. Her aunt's heart was, just like the cunning girl's, evil to the bone. As someone from a low social class, now able to bully the chairwoman of the corporation, she felt a great sense of thrill. But their cruelty and abuse caused Lin Yin, who was in a coma, to be continuously stimulated both physically and mentally, and she gradually regained consciousness. But the cunning girl wasn't satisfied with all of this. Becoming Mrs. Chairman, that was her goal for Cheng Jun. As long as Lin Yin was alive, she wouldn't be able to achieve this dream. So, she decided to turn Lin Yin into a ghost. From today on, I don't want to hear any more news about Lin Yin. You know what to do, right? Got it. Lin Yin, who was lying in the hospital, had no idea that at this moment a crisis was gradually approaching her. Her fiancé had taken advantage of the opportunity to transfer a large amount of assets, and today was the day that Cheng Jun would transfer the remainder. As he was preparing to announce the cooperation between the Lin Corporation and Teng Fei, someone suddenly burst into the press conference. That's right, Lin Yin was back. This unexpected scene made Cheng Jun and Wen Li panic. The three of them faced each other, many thoughts racing through their minds. Cheng Jun and Wen Li immediately thought about what would happen next. Lin Yin grabbed a sharp object on the table and decisively stabbed Cheng Jun. With Wen Li's scream and Lin Yan's determined gaze, Cheng Jun fell to the ground in pain. Had Lin Yin finally gotten her revenge? But the truth was not like that. When Lin Yin saw Cheng Jun, she was extremely emotional and hugged him tightly. Cheng Jun, today I woke up and realized I don't remember anything. No, I don't remember anything what happened. Looking at Lin Yin with an innocent expression, Cheng Jun and Wen Li looked at each other, the two of them finally letting out a sigh of relief. Chairman Ma could not hide his joy. It's too good, too good. You all can be sure that my sincerity has touched the heavens. My fiancée, Lin Yin, after an accident that left her in a coma for 3 years, today, like a miracle, she has woken up. The reporters at the scene were all touched by this guy's sincere emotions, but they didn't know that Cheng Jun was crying tears of joy because Lin Yin had lost her memory. This meant that the relationship between him and Wen Li would not be exposed. Was that really the truth? Actually, it wasn't. It was all Lin Yin pretending. After being tortured in the hospital, her consciousness gradually recovered. Although she couldn't move her body, her best friend's daily behavior made her sense that she was going to be poisoned. With her unwavering willpower, she not only survived but also miraculously woke up. Now, strange footsteps seemed to be approaching her room. Due to being tortured in the hospital for a long time, Lin Yin keenly sensed danger. She didn't even have time to change out of her hospital gown, and in a state of panic, she ran away. On the street at this moment, a car was approaching from afar. She had barely managed to stop this car when, unexpectedly, the person inside was the assassin sent by her best friend. Lin Yin was now in a critical situation. Suddenly, a motorcycle gave chase. The driver was the young man from the hospital earlier. He shouted, "Let her go if you don't want to die." The man with the scar on his face stepped forward to challenge him. But before he could attack, he was easily defeated. When Lin Yin woke up, she found herself in a strange room. It turned out that the person who had saved her was her father's personal bodyguard. After her father's death, under Cheng Jun's deception, she had become distracted and fired him. But Xiao Mo had always been secretly observing her every move. When he learned that Wen Li wanted to kill Lin Yin, he rushed to the hospital to save her. But she had mistaken him for a bad guy. Xiao Mo explained the current situation of the Lin Corporation to her, along with how Cheng Jun and Wen Li had transferred the assets, and explained everything to her. Today, the remaining assets of the Lin Corporation were very little. Even if she confronted Cheng Jun, the Lin Corporation was just an empty shell, and collapse was only a matter of time. To reclaim what belonged to her, Lin Yin could only pretend to have amnesia, keep a tight grip on the other side in order to have a chance to regain control of the company, and have a chance to recover the assets that had been transferred. Now, to return to the Lin family home, she constantly trained herself. Having a strong body was the first step in the plan, and Cheng Jun and Wen Li were her biggest motivators. "I have returned the suffering I have endured. I will repay them tenfold." Lin Yin grabbed Wen Li's hair and shoved her head into the toilet. This time she had returned only for revenge, never expecting her opponent to willingly walk into the crosshairs. Lin Yin definitely wasn't going to show her any mercy. Cheng Jun was shocked by this scene. Right now, Lin Yin was being controlled by her hatred. If Cheng Jun hadn't arrived in time, perhaps Wen Li would have truly died in the toilet. Lin Yin calmed down and realized that she had lost control, so she adjusted her mood and pretended to have amnesia again. In Lin Yan's words, there was something implied that everything was orchestrated by Wen Li behind the scenes. What Cheng Jun feared most now was Lin Yin remembering everything. Therefore, he was very angry about what Wen Li had done. Knowing that the accident 3 years ago was entirely controlled by Wen Li, he punished her quite severely. Lin Yin is the heir to the Lin Corporation. And what are you, Wen Li? I believe that Lin Yin is just pretending. She never lost her memory. For men, money is what they love. It doesn't matter who the partner is. He had revealed the true nature of irresponsible men. Wen Li knew Cheng Jun's character well, but she still didn't give up and clung to him. Perhaps she truly loved him, or didn't want her efforts to go to waste. Or like Cheng Jun, it was just for money. Lin Yan's plan to create discord had clearly succeeded, and the relationship between the man and his girlfriend started to show cracks. To show his good intentions to the heir of the Lin Corporation, Cheng Jun sought out Aunt Tam, who had previously taken care of Lin Yin. Aunt Tam thought that no one knew about the bad things she had done, but Lin Yin remembered everything clearly. It was just that at that time, she couldn't move her body. She didn't expect to meet her enemy so quickly. Therefore, she didn't hesitate, waited for Cheng Jun to leave, then slapped her hard across the face. After a few slaps, Aunt Tam was shocked. Lin Yin imitated how the other woman had beaten her, releasing the anger from deep within her heart. Working as a servant in the Lin family, your face shouldn't be too white, so add some color. That was the phrase Aunt Tam had said when hitting Lin Yin before. Aunt Tam understood that everything had been exposed. She confessed that it was all directed by her niece Wen Li, and revealed that Wen Li and Cheng Jun had an inappropriate relationship. Lin Yin gave her $1 million, telling her to say everything in front of Cheng Jun faced with money. Aunt Tam burst into laughter. Even though she was her own niece, there was nothing as tempting as this $1 million. When she heard Aunt Tam say that she had a relationship with Cheng Jun, Wen Li rushed to hit her. Seeing that her niece dared to hit her, Aunt Tam wasn't someone to be trifled with either. Lin Yan's goal this time was to use Aunt Tam to create chaos in everyone's relationship to find a reason for herself to return to the company. Because for the past 3 years, Cheng Jun and Wen Li had been going back and forth to the company together. Now even Aunt Tam was talking about them. Surely, there would be people at the company who would be suspicious. To dispel the misunderstandings of others, returning to the company was the best way. But what she didn't expect was that not only did Cheng Jun agree to let her return, he also asked her to take back her position as chairwoman and make all the decisions for the company. The reason Cheng Jun agreed so quickly was because he had set up a big trap at the company beforehand. Faced with treacherous enemies, She had to become even smarter than scheming women, because only magic can defeat magic. Now, she had regained the position of chairwoman as she wanted, but unexpectedly fell into the trap set by Jun. The Tung Fei real estate company, which initially wanted to sign a contract with the company, now refused to cooperate, citing that they didn't know the new chairwoman, and declared they only wanted to do business with Chairman Ma. But if they couldn't negotiate this land deal, the company would lose more than 10 billion. Some people angrily cursed Tung Fei as a trash real estate company. Some people complained about wanting to invite Chairman Ma back. What made people even angrier was Lin Yan's uncle, whose words were both praising and critical. It wasn't clear if he was helping or harming his niece. Listening to your uncle, it's just a project. It's only causing the company to lose more than 10 billion. I support you. Her uncle's words caused everyone to argue. It was clear that the board of directors didn't want her back. Seeing that on her first day in office, the entire company was in such chaos, Lin Yan sadly drank herself into a stupor. But for a beautiful woman like Lin Yan, getting drunk late at night could be very dangerous, especially when these people were hired by Wen Li. The thugs wanted to destroy Lin Yan's reputation, but they didn't expect someone would protect her. Xiao Mo pulled out 100,000 yuan and gave it to them. Before the thugs could be happy, they were punished by Xiao Mo. The money that Xiao Mo gave was not free money, it was money to pay for their hospital bills. Xiao Mo sought out Wen Li and warned her. If she dared to cause trouble for Lin Yan again, the outcome would be no different than giving money to those thugs. Lin Yan woke up at Xiao Mo's house, thinking about how he had saved her twice, and now she was alone, with nowhere to rely on. She hoped Xiao Mo could help her, and at the same time promised to give him 15% of the shares after everything was completed. But Xiao Mo demanded 50% of the shares. Lin Yan felt that he was taking advantage of her. Unexpectedly, at this moment, a fan of Xiao Mo appeared, who was also a famous star. She was willing to give her shares and assets to him, only wanting him to become her personal bodyguard. At this time, Lin Yan realized Xiao Mo's power. No wonder he looked down on her 15% share. But what Xiao Mo wanted wasn't money, 50% or 15%. What he had just said was just a joke he was playing with Lin Yan. He hoped that after everything succeeded, Lin Yan would agree to one condition. Smart people all knew what Xiao Mo's condition was. But Lin Yan didn't seem to be smart. Sorry, I only hire bodyguards for my boyfriend. Even though in her eyes, Xiao Mo was acting, who wouldn't love this sweet feeling. Finally, Lin Yan had found her helper, and Xiao Mo also became her personal bodyguard. Knowing that Xiao Mo was staying with his fiancée, Chairman Ma angrily grabbed a tennis racket. But obviously, he had overestimated his abilities. Before seeing Xiao Mo's face, he was knocked unconscious. It was truly an interesting game, missing the target and then being hit like a fly. If he couldn't defeat him, then he would just let Lin Yan fire him. But Lin Yan told him that last night, she had encountered bad guys and Xiao Mo had saved her, so that's why she had hired him as a bodyguard. Looking at it, Xiao Mo was like an assassin, impossible to defeat and impossible to chase away, but he knew who had hired the bad guys to bully Lin Yan. So he could only vent his anger on Wen Li, blaming himself that if it wasn't for her always causing trouble, how would Lin Yan have invited Xiao Mo back? Both of them knew that Xiao Mo's return this time definitely had a purpose, not just to be Lin Yan's bodyguard. The battle between these four. The chairwoman had been unconscious for 3 years, returned, but was opposed by the entire board of directors. Even her own uncle chose to betray his niece for his own benefit. At the meeting, he was very resolute, saying that if Lin Yan couldn't buy this land, he would show no mercy to his own family, and demanded that Lin Yan resign from her position as chairwoman of the board. Chairman Ma stood by the side, waiting for the opportunity to mock Lin Yan. This position, I'm determined to get it, but Lin Yan decided to oppose everyone's decision. This time she was well prepared, because the land that Tung Fei wanted to sell was actually a trap. This land had problems. In the middle of the land was a temple, and the villagers would not agree to tear it down. If they bought this land, they would not be able to build the building. It would be as if they had thrown tens of billions of the Lin Corporation into the sea. It turned out that Xiao Mo had investigated this project beforehand. The background of this land was very complicated. Tung Fei bought it at a very low price, and then sold it back to the Lin Corporation at a high price, and the actual person in charge behind Tung Fei was Jun. If Lin Yan bought the land, she would be transferring money to him. If she didn't buy it, she would be removed by the board of directors. Jun's plan was truly clever. It was just unfortunate for him that the person he was facing was not the Lin Yan of the past. As for the uncle, who was the managing director responsible for this project, he had made a serious mistake and had to be fired, so he chose to switch sides in the middle of the battle, criticizing Cheng Jun, who was negotiating about this project. The uncle changed his expressions faster than flipping a page in a book. Cheng Jun was criticized by him to the point of not knowing how to react. Lin Yin knew that now was not the time to confront Cheng Jun, so she decided not to pursue the matter further, since there were no losses. However, this mistake still needed someone to take responsibility. The best person to take responsibility was the chairman's special assistant, Wen Li. This time, not only did she secure her position as chairwoman, Lin Yin also fired the scheming woman. The man was enjoying a candlelight dinner with his fiancée, but his girlfriend sent him a text message at the wrong time. "I'm wearing the outfit you like best. I'm outside your room now. If you don't come in 5 minutes, I'll go in." The man was slightly panicked. He was worried that she would actually do something crazy, so he could only tell his fiancée that he needed to go outside to make a phone call to a colleague. Because of the lack of time and the elevator being too slow, he could only choose to walk up the stairs. He was very angry with Li Li's antics, so he ordered her to move to another hotel, not to disturb his date with his fiancée. Everyone thought that the man was bad enough, but who would have thought that the woman was even worse than before? Despite this excessive request, Li Li still helped the man. She only wanted to have a world of her own with him. The man's phone rang. It turned out to be his fiancée calling him back. Li Li was left behind by him, and she could only watch him run towards another woman. The elevator was still very slow, and the man still had to walk up the stairs. After all that had happened, Cheng Jun was sweating like a rainstorm. Before he could even recover, Li Li's message came again. "I'm in your room. Come here right now or I'll send this picture to Lin Yin." It was a sexy picture from the bathroom. If Lin Yin saw it, who knew what would happen? Cheng Jun truly wanted to cry at this moment, but there were no tears. This was the result of trying to ride two boats at once. Cheng Jun endured the discomfort in his stomach and once again climbed the stairs. Even though there was a beauty in front of him, he still felt nauseous. What made him even more worried was that Lin Yin had also come outside the door, asking Cheng Jun in a friendly tone. What had happened? Hearing the continuous knocking on the door, Li Li didn't want to hide, but she couldn't help but do so she quietly hid in the bathroom and didn't make a sound. Lin Yin went straight into the room, wanting to see Cheng Jun's room. She looked left and right, not even missing the bathroom. Even though the man said, "The smell in there is very unpleasant," she didn't mind. Fortunately, except for some bubbles in the bathtub, everything seemed normal. Lin Yan's actions today were a bit unusual. She kept washing her hands endlessly. The more the man urged her, the slower she became. Looking at the bubbles rising from the bathtub, the man began to panic. If this continued, something big was definitely going to happen. Only when she heard no more sound from the bathtub did Lin Yin finally finish washing her hands. She told Cheng Jun that she was a little tired today and wanted to go back to her room to rest. Poor Wen Li had been soaking in the bathtub for that entire time. Looking at her appearance, she looked tired. She must have swallowed quite a bit of soapy water. Cheng Jun seized the opportunity to take her to the hospital. Seeing that the other person wasn't coming with him, Wen Li seemed to have something to say. In the end, this beautiful scene appeared before their eyes. The next day, seeing Cheng Jun and Wen Li facing each other in their current states, Lin Yin felt very satisfied, because it was all her doing. She had known that Wen Li was here for a long time, so she also chose to come here to rest. But clearly, Lin Yin had played too hard. Now she had sent Wen Li to the hospital. For her, that was not a good thing. Finally, with Lin Yan's help, Cheng Jun had successfully escaped from Wen Li, a major source of trouble. Now, he had plenty of time to cause trouble for Lin Yin. Lin Yin used the excuse that she wasn't ready yet, hoping the other person would give her more time. But Cheng Jun could no longer restrain himself now. The relationship between them was like a couple about to get married. Any day is a good day. No matter how much Lin Yin refused, Cheng Jun was about to carry out his intentions. Suddenly, Xiao Mo burst in, and Cheng Jun's ending could be predicted. Xiao Mo warned him, "If you dare to go against Lin Yan's wishes again, you will disappear unpleasantly." The reason Xiao Mo appeared at the right time was thanks to the alarm he had given to Lin Yin, which had been activated. "This is a gift for you. You must wear this alarm 24 hours a day. It was specially customized for you. No matter where you are, I will immediately appear." Tonight's events made Lin Yin unable to sleep all night. Continuing like this was really not a solution. Sooner or later, Cheng Jun would discover her memory loss. Seeing Xiao Mo, who was still standing outside the door in the middle of the night because he was worried about her, and how he didn't hide anything when he said that waiting for the person he loved was a happy thing. This made her have an idea. She wanted Xiao Mo to pretend to pursue her, so that she would have a legitimate reason to fight against Cheng-jun, and she also wouldn't have to reveal her pretense of having amnesia. Faced with such a good opportunity, Xiao Mo was naturally very happy. He said, not only acting, even if it were real, it wouldn't be a problem. Xiao Mo's charming gaze made Lin Yan's heart flutter like a little deer. Surprised? The man's surprise turned into horror. In his fiancée's house, a man was buttoning up his shirt. This made him go crazy, his face turning green. In the bathroom, there were 2 toothbrushes, black and white, like a couple's, wet towels, and 2 small, romantic pink pillows. This scene would make anyone panic. Added with a series of unlucky events recently, no wonder Cheng-jun felt that everything around him was green. From the morning, he had hired 20 bodyguards to protect Lin Yan, hoping to use them to replace Xiao Mo. But who would have thought that they were all Xiao Mo's people? Seeing the men that he had hired, Xiao Mo sent them away with just a few words. The man's heart felt very hurt. If he couldn't eliminate his love rival, he would find a way to win back his lover. He took Lin Yan to a wedding dress shop to try on wedding dresses. Lin Yan didn't know how to refuse, so she could only pretend to cooperate. The designer in the shop, after seeing the handsome Xiao Mo, thought that he was the groom who had made an appointment for today, so he made him try on the newest outfit in the shop. When Xiao Mo finished putting on the outfit and came out, he coincidentally met Lin Yan, who was also wearing a wedding dress. The two of them, with their beauty and style, seemed to have given soul to the ceremonial attire. Everyone at the scene had to gasp in amazement at this beautiful couple. They were truly so beautiful that everyone said that they were a perfect match. In his heart, Cheng-jun once again felt hurt. Why did such a small bodyguard always want to steal his attention every single moment? As for Xiao Mo, he was naturally declaring war with him. He had the right to pursue Lin Yan, but Cheng-jun completely looked down on him. He was confident that who Lin Yan would choose was a question without a correct answer. Lin Yan went back to the restroom, but accidentally slipped. Xiao Mo, as a bodyguard, quickly caught her. Everything became messy when both of them became the hero saving the damsel. In that atmosphere, Xiao Mo seemed to be unable to control himself anymore. Lin Yan felt that Xiao Mo was acting too aggressively today, angering Cheng-jun too early, which was not a good thing. Therefore, she hoped that Xiao Mo shouldn't cross the line. At the same time, she also needed some time to calm down, because before Xiao Mo's fierce attacks, it was also quite difficult for her to restrain herself. Moreover, she couldn't hurt Cheng-jun. This love triangle was truly difficult to control. When crossing the street, you need to pay attention to your safety, not just focus on your own thoughts. Otherwise, it will be like what happened just now. If there wasn't a bodyguard beside her, Lin Yan might have had an accident. Seeing that someone else was injured because of her, Lin Yan felt self-reproach and heartache. When she cleaned Xiao Mo's wound and accidentally hurt him, she even used the method of pain relief with her hand. At this time, Cheng-jun still didn't know that Lin Yan and Xiao Mo had left the hotel. He was still naively bringing them a special meal. But the housekeeper informed him that they had checked out early in the morning, and both of them looked very happy. Since Xiao Mo's appearance, Cheng-jun had been busy all day explaining to everyone that he was Lin Yan's fiancé. Unexpectedly, when Cheng-jun rushed back, wanting to create a surprise for Lin Yan, he witnessed a very surprising scene. The reason why Xiao Mo is here is because he is my bodyguard. He needs to protect me 24/7. A man and a woman living together 24/7. Anyone would suspect that this was not just an ordinary relationship. Thinking about how he had been busy, but in the end made a good gesture for someone else, he still didn't give up hope, hoping that Lin Yan could choose between the two of them. Lin Yan didn't want to continue talking with him, only said that she was tired and wanted to rest, but she asked Xiao Mo to entertain the guest. Seeing this situation, Cheng-jun hated Xiao Mo. He said that Lin Yan was his wife. It was just that he was too busy to get married, and warned him that there would be no good ending if he became a third party. But Xiao Mo poked at his sore spot. The relationship between everyone has developed to this point. Anyone looking can see who has the ability and who doesn't. Like the man, because of the shares of the Lin Corporation, he definitely wouldn't give up easily. And for the woman, because the assets of the Lin Corporation have been transferred, she wouldn't refuse easily either. This was truly a messy and complicated situation. The general manager of the company had set his sights on a new girl who had just started working there. He showed his interest through his subordinates, but the Girl didn't understand his intentions. However, Chairman Ma knew every detail about the girl. It turned out that the girl's mother was seriously ill and needed a large sum of money for surgery. Chairman Ma offered a very attractive price for the girl to consider. This excessive attention made the girl feel scared. The saying, "It's not the thief you should fear, but the one with ulterior motives," was true in this case. When it was time to leave work, Chairman Ma wanted to take the girl home, but the girl refused many times. This made Chairman Ma feel unhappy. Chairman Ma knew that the girl wouldn't dare to refuse, because she needed this job. With her low qualifications and her mother suffering from cancer, the girl had to pay a large sum of money for medicine every month. If she lost her job, she would lose all hope. The girl had no other choice but to reluctantly get into Chairman Ma's car. Not long after, Wen-li received a picture. It was a picture of Chairman Ma and his new love interest. The girl was even confidently sitting on Chairman Ma's lap. This sudden change made Chairman Ma feel extremely happy. "Why are you so cooperative today? Have you reconsidered?" Who would have thought that the girl was not someone who was easy to deal with either? Having just been supported by Chairman Ma, she immediately began to twist black into white, constantly saying that Wen-li was a vixen, telling Chung-jun not to see Wen-li again in the future. "Don't even mention her, just hearing her name gives me a headache." But as soon as she said that, she discovered that Wen-li was standing at the door. "Snatching someone else's boyfriend while they're in a daze? I will beat you to death." Chairman Ma was afraid that Wen-li would make a scene. If everyone at the company knew about his affair with Lin Yin, it would be very troublesome. But Wen-li didn't care at all. When she saw someone dare to steal her position, she both hit and cursed. She even cursed the opponent's family. At this time, the girl got angry. "Dare to curse at me?" A slap made Chairman Ma completely shocked. The usually gentle girl must have eaten some dynamite today. How could Wen-li endure the humiliation? She didn't hesitate and chose to fight back. Now it was great. Chung-jun was basically out of the picture. The rest was completely a battle between the women. No matter how hard he tried to stop them, trying to persuade them was useless. The two just kept fighting and grappling very happily. The girl, being from the countryside, was ultimately the stronger one. And when Lee was beaten so badly, she fell all over the floor. Very quickly, the office was crowded with onlookers. Lin Yin also didn't miss the opportunity to appear at the scene. Seeing that everything had been exposed, Chung-jun could only apologize to Lin Yin, saying that he had been momentarily blinded by the girl's charms. She was avoiding me a few days ago, but today she suddenly became very proactive. But the girl said that Chung-jun was lying, and even revealed the relationship between Chung-jun and Wen-li. At this moment, Chung-jun was truly panicked, only knowing to explain that he and Wen-li were innocent. Seeing that Chung-jun had betrayed her, Wen-li felt hopeless. She was no longer afraid of anything, and told everyone all the things that had happened between her and Chung-jun over the past 3 years. Moreover, she had always suspected that Lin Yin had been pretending not to know anything from the beginning to the end, so she also revealed the reason she had betrayed Lin Yin. Even though Lin Yin had taken very good care of her in the past, in her eyes, it was all just the pretense of a rich person. Otherwise, why would she only let me do a small job like a receptionist? Who would have thought that the friend she had helped would have such a narrow mind? It was truly like bringing a wolf into the house. I'm telling you, Wen-li, the worst thing a person can be is not ungrateful, but repaying kindness with revenge. Everything had reached this point. There was nothing left to say. Lin Yin had control of the situation, so she also secretly told Wen-li the truth. You think that you can get everything just by relying on your beauty? But Chung-jun only loves money, not you. And you guessed right. I remember everything. This time, you have failed completely. In fact, from the start, from the day she interfered in the relationship between Lin Yin and Chung-jun, she had already lost. In reality, what had happened today was not a coincidence. From the first day that Chairman Ma started harassing the girl, Lin Yin had known. She sought out the girl and learned everything. Knowing that Chung-jun was using the girl's mother's illness to threaten her, she found the best doctor to operate on the girl's mother. And the girl also sought out Chung-jun on her own, acting out a play like that, both as a way to repay Lin Yin and to help herself. However, all of this had no effect on Chung-jun, because he was a villain from beginning to end. Therefore, he chose this way to apologize. For a successful man like me, the temptations around me are truly too many, like in a flower garden. I am the flower with the most honey. The bees and butterflies all flock to me. I can resist one, but I can't resist a whole swarm. interpreting being a villain so brilliantly. Chairman Ma was truly a talent. But how could Lin Yin forgive him? When Li, who now had to live on the streets, didn't even have money to pay for her alcohol. But Lin Yin, without blaming her, gave her a sum of money at a crucial moment and hoped that she would have a new life. Wen Li was smart. She knew that Lin Yan's goal was to use the policy of attracting her to obtain evidence of Cheng Jun transferring assets. Therefore, she didn't thank the other person. She even made things difficult for Lin Yan. In reality, Lin Yan was also the same. She wanted evidence, but she also hoped that Wen Li would change. But Wen Li called Cheng Jun and told him everything about Lin Yan seeking her out. Now, Wen Li's heart was possessed by hatred. Based on the evidence that Wen Li provided, Xiao Mo and Lin Yan began to make arrangements. Although these pieces of evidence had many loopholes, for professionals, just monitoring and investigating would be enough. When everything was ready, Lin Yan organized an emergency meeting. At the meeting, she listed all of Cheng Jun's crimes, but Cheng Jun wasn't panicked at all. He just sat there and watched it like it was a joke. Faced with Lin Yan's attacks, he appeared very confident. The witness that you're talking about isn't her, is it? Wen Li acted very innocent. She said that after the event where Cheng Jun had betrayed her, Lin Yan had held a grudge in her heart and sought her out to fabricate false evidence. You can't raise a wild dog to be obedient, because you don't know when it will bite you. Lin Yan actually knew long ago that Wen Li wouldn't help her so easily, so she had also prepared in advance. She had found evidence of Cheng Jun transferring assets. Real evidence. Yes, this is indeed evidence of the transfer of assets. But if you think that Cheng Jun will definitely be in trouble this time, then you're greatly mistaken, because he has had a golden plan to escape long ago. From now on, you just need to sign the contract for me. You're the person I trust most. All of mine. In the future, this money will belong to us. He not only tricked Wen Li into signing the contract for him, but also recorded that scene with a surveillance camera. As for Cheng Jun, who was traveling on business abroad, he naturally had perfect proof that he wasn't present at the scene. The one who forged the signature and transferred the large sum of company money was Wen Li. We should report her to the police. This poor Wen Li was still too naive. She thought she could benefit from the battle between the two sides, but in the end lost both her husband and her friend. Not only did she not earn a single penny, she also had to bear the responsibility for someone else. Before, she had truly underestimated Cheng Jun, always thinking he was just a comedic character in this film. But it turned out, he was the final boss in the film. Lin Yin, Wen Li, and even Cheng Jun, none of them were easy to deal with. Now Cheng Jun also no longer kept any secrets from Lin Yin. Did you really think that I believed you had amnesia? Life is like a play. All of this depends on acting skills. You pretended to have amnesia in front of me. Wasn't it just to force me to return the money that I had stolen? You calculated everything, but you didn't calculate that I would find Wen Li a foolish and naive girl to be a scapegoat. What Cheng Jun said was the truth. Now, as long as he publicly announced that the assets of Lin Corporation had been transferred long ago, the shares of Lin Corporation would plummet. At that time, Lin Corporation would no longer have any capital. It would be completely bankrupt. The man admitted to using someone else's identity, but he refused to reveal his true identity, and even proclaimed that his identity was very special. Such a reason clearly didn't hold water. Cheng Jun's suspicion wasn't without basis, but Xiao Mo remained stubborn as before. In reality, Lin Yin didn't trust Xiao Mo at all. Her answer was only to get Cheng Jun to leave, because she wanted to ask him clearly alone. She realized that she didn't know anything about the man she had slept with every night. Because early in the morning, she had seen a message from Xiao Mo. Someone was asking him to return to Mingda Corporation, and Mingda was the terrible enemy of Lin Corporation. Now, she couldn't help but suspect that the person she was facing was a partner of Mingda who had come to bring down Lin Corporation. Cheng Jun had bought up the majority of Lin Corporation shares, and the person who was providing him with capital was Mingda. Clearly, Xiao Mo had known about these events beforehand, but he still hadn't revealed his true identity. This made it difficult for the woman who had been hurt many times before to trust him anymore. Knowing that Xiao Mo had left, Cheng Jun eagerly wanted to seize Lin Yin. He wanted Lin Yin to return to his side, providing her the opportunity to become Mrs. Ma. Faced with Cheng Jun's harassment, Lin Yin wanted to call the police. Lin Corporation was not only the property that her father had built, but it was also the only place that Lin Yin could rely on. Cheng Jun had accurately identified her thoughts. He said, "Came over to massage my feet." Although Lin Yin felt very helpless, she still held firm to her principles. Chung Jun had now lost all conscience and integrity. Facing the lover who had once helped him, he didn't show any sympathy. He even wanted to violate what little integrity she had left. If only Xiao Mo were here, how great that would be. What was Xiao Mo doing now? He was busy dealing with Chung Jun. Chung Jun also received a phone call. The shares that he wanted to buy had been bought by someone else. The next news was even worse. Mingda was no longer supporting him and demanded that he pay back the money immediately. But he never thought about the person sitting in that chair. It was none other than Xiao Mo. Chung Jun never thought that under the direction of Mingda to buy the shares of Lin Corporation, he was now having them taken back by Mingda, causing him to face a large sum of compensation. He begged Xiao Mo, "I don't need Lin Yin anymore. I'll give Lin Yin to you." But he didn't expect that this would hurt Xiao Mo's self-esteem. Lin Yin was the woman Xiao Mo loved the most, not an item, and he definitely wouldn't allow Chung Jun to insult her like that. So he refused all of Chung Jun's demands. It turned out that Xiao Mo was the heir to the Mingda Corporation. Xiao Mo's father had asked Chung Jun to buy the shares of Lin Corporation. But to save Lin Corporation, Xiao Mo had bought the shares before Chung Jun. In this way, Chung Jun had been deceived by Xiao Mo and his father. Xiao Mo had saved Lin Yin, but he also had to pay a price, which was returning and taking over the Mingda Corporation. Chung Jun, after this great humiliation, would definitely not give up easily, because when pushed against the wall, even a dog will jump up and bite its owner. The chairwoman, wearing a wedding dress, rushed into the wedding of a male employee, forcibly kissed the groom at the scene, and dragged him away, leaving the bride-to-be alone in a mess. Time rewinds to a few days ago. Chung Jun, when he had no way out, risked kidnapping his fiancée, and then extorted money from Xiao Mo. Xiao Mo complied with the other party's request, hoping that he would keep his promise. Looking at Chung Jun's sinister face, clearly he didn't just want money. He also wanted to punish the person who had caused his misfortune. But he had underestimated Xiao Mo, who had a background in the special forces, and beat up a group of thugs. However, Chung Jun wasn't panicked at all, because he had Lin Yin as a crucial card. He wanted Xiao Mo to kneel before him to protect the woman he loved. Xiao Mo could only comply. How could the hatred in Chung Jun's heart be erased? Everyone smashed the bottles they had prepared beforehand. Only when Xiao Mo could walk through the broken glass would he release Lin Yin. For the person he loved, Xiao Mo didn't hesitate to kneel. He gritted his teeth, endured the pain, and took each step forward. Looking at his opponent's fearless eyes, Chung Jun went back on his word again. He continued to torture his opponent, turning his love into something perverse. But when he saw his opponent's indomitable will, he became completely enraged. Lin Yin couldn't bear for Xiao Mo to suffer any more pain for her, so she stood between the two of them. At this moment, Xiao Mo's men also arrived at the scene to rescue both of them. Seeing that the situation wasn't good, Chung Jun took advantage of the chaos to escape. Fortunately, no one was chasing him, so he finally escaped. But accidents always come unexpectedly. The person who bumped into him was none other than Wen Li. "I won't let you live in peace either." Wen Li had gone crazy after so much pain, and Chung Jun was also stabbed by her, becoming a vegetable. These were the consequences of the things they themselves had caused. Now they could only swallow this bitter pill. Everything was over. Xiao Mo also explained the reason he changed his name. "Because my father treated my mother very badly. My mother died from illness, and my father remarried. I hated my father, so I changed my name. But this time, to help Lin Yin, he had to seek the help of his father. He promised that after everything was over, he wouldn't interfere with Lin Corporation, and he had to return to take over Mingda. Now that Lin Yin had regained Lin Corporation, it was also time for Xiao Mo to fulfill his promise. For his father, he had prepared a marriage for him. Groom, do you want to marry this girl in front of you? To live together forever, and not marry any other woman?" When he saw his girl, who had madly run to him because of love, Xiao Mo's cold heart had completely melted. "I love you. I want to marry you." The only person he wanted to marry was only her. In the end, Xiao Mo chose love, taking Lin Yan's hand and leaving the wedding. Lin Corporation and Mingda were no longer enemies from now on, and the two of them were finally happy together. This is where the story ends. Don't forget to like and subscribe to not miss out on more amazing videos. For now, goodbye, and until next time.